Welcome farm to family members and anyone else who may be hopping on this video. We are here to unbox our February CSA or farm shares. My name is Brooke and I'm with Just Roots Farm. I'm going to guide us through some simple recipes and ideas for utilizing the ingredients in your farm share this month. Let's dive in. This week we have shiitake mushrooms in our box. These mushrooms are served in soups like miso. They're used as the basis of many kinds of vegetarian dashis. Dashi just means broth. And as an ingredient in many steamed and simmered dishes. They pair super well with flavors like soy sauce, sesame oil, green onion, black pepper, and garlic. There's a recipe listed in the description for a shiitake veggie stir fry. In this recipe, you can use your carrots, your red pepper, your scallions, and shiitakes. One thing to note about mushrooms in general is that they go bad fast. If you're not planning to cook them right away, try dehydrating them in your oven. This is just a storage technique and preservation for the food. You can also use a food dehydrator if you have one, but you'll find a link in our video description that teaches you how to dehydrate your mushrooms in the oven. And basically, it just means that you can keep them inside of a jar. They have a long storage life because you've removed the moisture. Because you remove the moisture, you're going to have to rehydrate them before you use them. So what I would do is I would take the mushrooms out of here, soak them in water overnight, or maybe I would just put them directly into a pot if I'm going to make a soup or stew or stock. Next up is Yukon potatoes. If stored properly, these little tubers can last the whole month long. Make sure to store them in a dark place out of direct sunlight. Yukons are great for boiling, mashing, and baking. The skins are soft and edible, so no need to peel. Just make sure to cut out or remove any eyes if they're starting to form. Want the taste and texture of deep fried potatoes, but don't want to deep fry them? Have you ever wondered how diners get your potatoes so perfectly fried? Try parboiling and pan frying. I use a lot of herbs like rosemary, oregano, and thyme, some garlic, butter, or oil, and I put in a little recipe for doing this in the description. To help ease my meal prep, I often parboil my potatoes, and I put them in a Ziploc or a Tupperware, stick them in the fridge, and fry them whenever I'm ready to eat. Red peppers. Red peppers are just green peppers that have sat on the pepper plant a little longer, and they've ripened fully. This is why they tend to be a little more expensive at the grocery and a little bit sweeter. As a reminder, we can use our red pepper in a stir fry with the scallions, carrots, and mushrooms. We can also make easy stuffed red peppers. Check out the recipe. And when I make pepper dishes, I tend to undercook the pepper to allow for some crunch in soups, stir fries, stews, curries, you name it. Try making a simple Mexican chicken and bell pepper soup. I highly recommend adding some of your Yukon potatoes to this, or curried potatoes and bell peppers. Enjoy. Scallions, or green onions, these are one of my favorite vegetables. They're in the same family as onion and garlic, and they're a versatile vegetable, a staple in Asian stir-fry soups, and they're also wonderful garnishes. I love making scallion latkes, using them in homemade salad dressings, and more. The whole part of the scallion is edible. Like, I eat all the way up to the root hairs. Or cucumber. One of my favorite things to do with cucumber is to make refreshing cucumber salads, and sometimes I use scallion for these, and there's a recipe in the description that's super simple. It's just peeled cucumbers, vinegar, honey, salt, pepper, and scallion, of course, and you can also spice it up a little bit, add some red pepper flakes, maybe some sesame oil, and instead of apple cider or regular vinegar, you could try rice vinegar. I like to garnish it with a little bit of sesame seed. Sometimes I find dry beans sit on my shelf for a long time because, well, canned beans are a little easier to use and dry beans are shelf stable, so why not let them sit? What I found helps me include them in my diet is immediately when I get them, stick them in the water to soak. You can soak them overnight or you can simply just start cooking them on the stove. They take a long time. We can put in directions in the description for how to cook dry beans. Some easy things that come to mind are mixed bean soups or cold bean salads. I love making a bean salad with fruit juices like orange or lime, honey, salt, pepper, spices like maybe cumin, raw garlic or raw onion, and olive oil. It's addictive, and you'll probably want a bag of tortilla chips to scoop the beans with. Check out this hearty mixed bean soup recipe in the description. You can also use your red bell pepper and your carrots in it. Your share also included carrots, beets, and apples, and we're not going to have time to talk about them in this unboxing video, but feel free to check out other delicious recipes for those three in previous unboxing videos. And last, but certainly not least, always best to include something sweet, frozen blueberries. You can use them with oatmeal or cereal, sprinkle them on top of ice cream or blend them into smoothies, use them in salad dressings, use them on salads. I put in a recipe for some delicious chewy blueberry cookies. I also have one for making your own small batch blueberry jam. That's it for today, folks. Thank you on behalf of Just Roots Farm for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful time trying out some of these new recipes or vegetables in your share. If you're still struggling to prepare ingredients from your share, visit our Zoom room on Friday, February 24th from 12 to 1:30, or send an email to brooke@justroots.org to set up a time to chat. We are here for you and will help make cooking easy. We'll see you in March.